My mother-in-law tried to kill my daughter with a birthday cake. I'm Lauren, 35, and that's not even the worst thing Evelyn's done to my family. From the moment I married Michael, 37, her son Evelyn, 65, made it clear. I wasn't welcome. Her icy stares and barbed comments cut deep like she was slicing away at my confidence. She's got this old-school mindset, believing a woman's worth lies in cooking perfect pot roasts and obeying her elders. Me, I'm a working mom who values my independence, and that's a crime in her book. When Michael and I lived across the country, Evelyn was just a distant annoyance. Her phone calls easy to dodge. But 2 years ago, Michael landed a dream job back home. And suddenly Evelyn was at our doorstep every other week. Each visit felt like a test I couldn't pass. I'd grit my teeth, forcing smiles for the sake of peace. But inside, I was screaming. My own childhood was a mess. Parents who criticized every move, so Evelyn's judgment brought back memories I'd buried deep. Thankfully, Michael's dad, Robert, 67, is a saint. His warm hugs and kind words were a balm to my wounded spirit. He'd wink at me when Evelyn got too bossy, like we were in on a secret. But even Robert couldn't shield me from her constant meddling. She'd rearrange my kitchen critique, my parenting, and sigh loudly. Whenever I spoke, I felt like an outsider in my own home, my heart heavy with the effort to keep the peace. All I wanted was a stable, loving family for my daughter Lily, 10. But with Evelyn around, that dream felt like it was slipping through my fingers. I had no idea how far she'd go to prove she was right, and how much it would cost us all. Lily's laughter is my favorite sound, but it came with a price. I wasn't sure I could pay. At 10, my daughter's eyes sparkled whenever she talked about her grandparents. She'd come home from their house with stories of baking cookies with Grandpa Robert or gardening with Grandma. Evelyn, her cheeks flushed with happiness. Those moments were pure magic for her, and I'd do anything to keep that light in her eyes. But every time I dropped her off at their place, my stomach twisted with dread. I'd cut ties with my own family, years ago, their toxic criticism too much to bear. That made Robert and Evelyn Lily's only grandparents, and Michael, my husband, held family close to his heart. Lily deserves to know her roots. He'd say, his voice soft but firm. I couldn't argue with that, but Evelyn's presence felt like a storm cloud over our sunny days. She didn't just disapprove of me, she had this way of undermining everything I did, especially when it came to Lily. I wanted Lily to have the grandparents. I never had ones who'd spoil her with love, not judgment. Robert was that person, always sneaking her extra candy or teaching her card tricks, his laughter booming through the house. But Evelyn, she'd watch Lily with a critical eye, muttering about how I was too soft on her. I'd catch her slipping Lily snacks I hadn't approved, claiming I didn't know how to feed my own kid. Each time I'd bite my tongue, reminding myself it was for Lily's sake. Still, I couldn't shake the fear that Evelyn's meddling would go too far. Lily was my everything, and the thought of anything or anyone dimming her smile made my heart race. I prayed I was overreacting, but deep down, I knew trouble was brewing. I'll never forget the day I found peanut butter smudges on Lily's backpack. My heart stopped. Lily, 10, is deathly allergic to nuts. One whiff can make her throat swell, shut her small body fighting for air. I've drilled this into everyone in her life, including Evelyn, my mother-in-law. But there she was last month, handing Lily a sandwich she claimed was just jam. When I confronted her, she rolled her eyes. You're too paranoid, Lauren. A little exposure could fix her. Fix her. The words burned in my chest. I'd shown Evelyn doctor's notes, sat her down with Michael, to explain how even a trace of nuts could kill Lily. Our pediatrician confirmed Lily's diet was perfect, balanced, safe, nut-free. But Evelyn had her own ideas. She'd lecture me about toughening Lily up, insisting nuts were the key to a strong immune system. You're starving her of protein. She'd snap, her voice dripping with disdain. I felt like I was screaming into a void. It wasn't just talk. She'd sneak almond cookies to Lily, claiming they were healthy. Lily, thank God, knew to check labels and politely refused. But I saw the confusion in her eyes. Why didn't Grandma listen? Each incident chipped away at my trust, my hands trembling as I double-checked Lily's snacks. I started packing her meals in locked containers, but Evelyn called me controlling. The worst part, she'd say it in front of Lily, planting doubts in my daughter's mind about her own mom. I lay awake at night, picturing Lily gasping for breath because of Evelyn's ignorance. My love for her was afire, but so was my fear. I couldn't keep pretending this was just a difference of opinion. Evelyn's beliefs weren't just wrong, they were deadly, and I was running out of ways to protect my little girl. I thought I could trust my husband to protect our daughter, but I was starting to doubt even him. One night after Lily was asleep, I cornered Michael in the kitchen, my voice barely above a whisper. "We can't let Lily go to your mom's alone anymore." I said, my hands gripping the counter. "She's going to hurt her, Michael." "I know it." My heart pounded as I pictured Lily's blue lips, her small body limp from an allergic reaction. Michael sighed, running a hand through his hair. "Lauren, mom's got her quirks, but she loves Lily. She wouldn't do anything stupid." His calm tone made me want to scream. Quirks Evelyn wasn't just eccentric. She was reckless, ignoring Lily's nut allergy. Like it was a minor inconvenience I'd caught her slipping Lily a healthy granola bar last week, one she swore was nut-free. "It wasn't, thank God." I checked Michael. "She doesn't listen." I pleaded, tears stinging my eyes. "She thinks she knows better than doctors, better than me. What if she gives Lily nuts when we're not there?" My voice cracked, the weight of my fear crushing me. Michael reached for my hand, his eyes soft. "Dad's always around Lauren. He'll keep an eye on things. Lily loves them. We can't take that away over a hunch." A hunch. It felt like a betrayal. I wanted to shake him to make him feel the terror that kept me up at night. Lily's laughter, her hugs, her dreams of being an artist. They were all at risk because of Evelyn's stubbornness. I loved Michael, but his loyalty to his mom was blinding him. I stood there alone in my worry, knowing I'd have to be the one to protect Lily. My resolve hardened, but so did my fear that I was fighting this battle on my own. Lily's 10th birthday was supposed to be perfect, but it became the day my worst nightmare came true. The backyard was a riot of color balloons bobbing in the breeze, kids giggling as they played tag, and a playlist of Lily's favorite pop songs blasting. She twirled in her new dress, her smile brighter than the sun. I was in the kitchen, icing her favorite chocolate cake, when Evelyn swept in with a gift box, bigger than Lily herself, wrapped in glittery pink paper. "Open it now, Lily," Evelyn insisted, her voice sharp with excitement. Something in her tone sent a chill down my spine like a warning bell in my gut. Lily clapped her hands, her eyes wide. "Grandma, it's huge," she squealed, tearing into the wrapping. "Robert." Her grandpa chuckled, clueless about the contents. "Your grandma's full of surprises," he said, ruffling Lily's hair. I forced a smile, but my hand shook. As I set down the icing bag, inside the box was a stunning cake. Lily's name swirled in pink frosting. For a moment, I relaxed. Maybe I'd misjudged Evelyn. Lily gasped, delighted, but then her face palled. She swayed, clutching her throat, and collapsed onto the grass. My scream tore through the party. "Lily!" I dropped to my knees beside her, her breathing shallow, her lips tinged blue. Michael was at my side in a flash, his face ashen. "Get the EpiPen," I shouted, my hands fumbling in my purse. Kids froze, parents gasped, and the music felt like a cruel mockery. I jabbed the epinephrine into Lily's thigh, my heart hammering as I prayed it wasn't too late. Michael dialed 911, his voice shaking. I looked at the cake. My dread confirmed crumbs revealed flecks of nuts. Evelyn had done this. My daughter was fighting for her life because of her grandmother's reckless arrogance, and I'd never felt such raw, blinding panic. I thought I knew anger, but nothing prepared me for the fury I felt watching my daughter fight for her life. In the hospital, Lily lay unconscious, hooked to monitors that beeped like a countdown. The sterile smell of antiseptic burned my nose, and the fluorescent lights made my head throb. Michael held my hand, his knuckles white as we waited for news. Lily's small chest rose and fell, her face pale against the white sheets. Every second felt like a lifetime, my heart screaming for her to wake up. Evelyn sat across the waiting room, her arms crossed, unfazed. I couldn't hold back. "What did you put in that cake?" I demanded, my voice shaking with rage. She shrugged, her lips pursed. "Just a regular cake, Lauren. You're making a fuss over nothing." Her nonchalance was a slap in the face. I stormed to the cafeteria where the cake had been brought and sliced it open. My worst fear stared back, chunks of walnut scattered through the frosting. My knees buckled. She'd done this on purpose. Back in the waiting room, I faced her, trembling. "You knew Lily's allergic. You could have killed her." My voice echoed, drawing stares from nurses. Evelyn scoffed. "You're too strict, Lauren. A little exposure builds strength." I was helping her helping. I wanted to scream until my lungs gave out. Michael, his face crumpled, finally spoke. "Mom, how could you?" For the first time, he saw her for what she was. The doctor interrupted, saying Lily would pull through. but needed days of observation. Relief flooded me, but so did grief. My baby was safe, but her trust in her grandmother was shattered. I clung to Michael, sobbing, vowing to never let Evelyn near Lily again. My love for my daughter was a fortress, and I'd burn the world down to keep her safe. I never thought I'd ban a grandparent from my daughter's life, but Evelyn left me no choice. Back home from the hospital, the birthday decorations still hung, limply, a cruel reminder of the day we almost lost Lily. Evelyn was in our living room sipping tea, like nothing had happened. Her casual dismissal of Lily's suffering made my blood boil. Robert, her husband, sat quietly, his face etched with disappointment. Friends, who'd stayed to support, just lingered, their eyes heavy with judgment. I couldn't stay silent. "Evelyn, you nearly killed Lily," I said, my voice steady despite the storm inside. "You're done here. You're not welcome near her again." Her eyes narrowed, but she laughed, a cold, mocking sound. "You're overreacting, Lauren. Lily will be fine. You're just jealous of my bond with her." Jealous. The accusation stung, but I stood taller, fueled by love for my daughter. Michael stepped forward, his voice firm. "No, Mom. You're out. Dad can visit, but not you." His words hit like a thunderclap. Evelyn's face fell, her confidence crumbling. Robert nodded, his voice soft but resolute. Recklessness. As she stormed out, still defiant, I felt a weight lift. It hurt to fracture our family, but Lily's safety was worth any price. I looked at Michael, his eyes reflecting my resolve, and knew we'd done the right thing. Lily deserved a life free from danger, and I'd fight to give her that no matter what. I never imagined I'd see my mother-in-law in handcuffs, but justice doesn't play favorites. After Lily's hospitalization, we pressed charges for child endangerment, a felony in our state, for exposing a minor to a known allergen. In the courtroom, Evelyn sat defiant, her gray hair pulled tight, her eyes glaring at me. I clutched Michael's hand, my heart racing as the prosecutor detailed Lily's brush with death. The evidence was damning. The nut-filled cake doctor's reports, even Robert's testimony about Evelyn's obsession with curing Lily. Evelyn's defense was pathetic. "I was helping my granddaughter," she claimed, her voice shrill. The judge wasn't swayed. "Your actions were reckless and nearly fatal," he said, sentencing her to 3 years in prison and ordering her to pay Lily's medical bills. Her face crumpled as the gavel fell, her arrogance replaced by panic. She'd lost everything: her freedom, her family, her reputation. Outside the courtroom, Robert hugged me, his eyes wet. He'd filed for divorce, unable to forgive Evelyn's betrayal. Word of her actions spread, and her siblings, cousins, even her book club turned their backs. She'd always prided herself on being the perfect matriarch, but now she was alone, her calls from jail unanswered. I didn't gloat, hate wasn't in me, but I felt a quiet triumph. The law had protected Lily when Evelyn wouldn't back home. We got a restraining order ensuring Evelyn could never contact us again. It was a shield, a promise that Lily could grow up safe. I looked at my daughter, her smile slowly returning, and knew we'd won. Justice wasn't just a word. It was the foundation we'd rebuild our lives on. For Lily, for Michael, for me, it was a new beginning, one where love and safety reigned. I thought we'd never smile again, but Lily proved me wrong. After the hospital, she came home quiet, her usual spark dimmed by fear. "Will Grandma come back?" she whispered, clinging to me. My heart broke, but I held her tight. "Never, sweetheart. You're safe now." We found a therapist, a kind woman who helped Lily name her fears. In one session, Lily drew a picture of a sun breaking through clouds, her small voice saying, "That's me, Mom. I'm okay." I cried, amazed by her strength. Michael and I started family therapy too, rebuilding trust we'd lost in the chaos. We learned to listen, to share our guilt and love. Michael apologized for not acting sooner, his eyes heavy with regret. "I failed you both," he said. I squeezed his hand. "We're here now. That's what matters." Robert became our anchor, taking Lily to the park, teaching her to fish, his laughter filling the holes. Evelyn left. His love was a gift, a reminder that family could be beautiful. Our home felt lighter, filled with Lily's giggles as she painted or danced to her favorite songs. We hung her artwork everywhere, a testament to her resilience. The restraining order and Evelyn's sentence gave us peace, but it was Lily's courage that healed us. I watched her blow out her 11th birthday candles, Michael and Robert cheering, and felt whole. We'd faced the worst and come out stronger, our love unbreakable. This journey taught me that a mother's fight never ends, but neither does her love. Lily's safe, and that's my victory. To everyone listening, thank you for sharing our story. If it moved you, please subscribe. We'd love to have you with us as we keep growing, healing, and loving.